Seahawks on Thursday night.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle.
Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Godd and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Seattle. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try to match his athleticism.
Now Jackson on first down. That's to the sideline and complete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down.
Micah Parsons
able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. De'Ami Brown, 60 yards.
And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Well, the underdog here showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you somewhere along the way the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
Leading them out, the third-year player from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
18 Rattler.
But first down, Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. On now is the punter, Johnny Hecker, who in fact grew up just north of here in nearby Bothell. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Draw play, it's Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. From midfield now, here's Jackson. This is swung out to Eckler. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Jackson. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
3 yards remain for second down. Throwing is Jackson. Got his man. It's Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Hurts trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Left wing 19. Go street.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70, 19 right. 50 Bobcat, 50 Bobcat. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson now. And finding the tight end Hooper. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Austin Hooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. They'll throw now on the final play. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just 1 more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. These 2 coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach. welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Throwing, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he rifles one incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Jones now on 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. That doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice consistent gain.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move, 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try to run with Hunt. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this time he is in. Kareem Hunt punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Now Mariota. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Off the play fake, Mariota. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. He will push his way down to about the 14. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Mariota. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This to perhaps salt this one away. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down on the scoreboard, a minute 39 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League